Welcome to Fire, Earth, and Ether Sound Journey Meditations. So I invite you to come into a comfortable seat, sitting any way you wish as long as your spine can be long and both legs are in the same position. Then when you feel like you've settled, I'd like you to bring the first finger to your thumb in the Gyan Hen Mudra. I'd like you to imagine the bottom of the spine sinking into the earth and your crown trying to reach the sky. Imagining spaces between each vertebra of your spine that your breath is weaving through. That snake-like movement all the way up and all the way down. As you begin to draw your awareness inwards, you're aware of how you breathe and how you feel. And as you keep breathing this way, I'm going to introduce our theme. We're working with the Kleshas over the next 5 months, which are the ways in which we suffer. The first Klesha is AVIDYA, a lack of wisdom or ignorance, so to say, towards our true potential or our true nature. It's when we can't see our true potential and we get stuck in cycles of blame and shame. We play victim and fall prey to hopelessness. So now the next time you inhale up, stop at the third eye and just reflect on this question. What is your true nature? That part of you that is loving and peaceful, the good seed that's always there. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to slowly start to move your neck and head anyway. Circles, ear to shoulder. Any movements at all the neck is needing. When you're done with the neck and head, if you want to roll the shoulders around or move them in any way. And then when you feel ready, I invite you to lie down. And maybe you'd prefer to stay seated. I want you to choose the way in which you feel the most relaxed. Once you're lying down, just make sure you're comfortable, that you can relax completely. Your arms are along the side of the body, with your palms facing the sky. Or you can place one hand on the heart and one hand on your belly. Allowing yourself to completely sink, becoming this container for release. Soft eyes, soft tongue, soft lips. Connecting to, again, that part of you that is loving and peaceful. The good seed that's always there. Before whatever happened, It's you and only you who's responsible for your life. And if you live it that way, you'll begin to watch the magic unfold. As you continue to breathe up and down the spine, I'm gonna share some questions for reflection towards the identities and roles we carry that we hold as if permanent, but they're not. Who are you without your job, without your possessions, without your titles, without your hobbies and your achievements? If you were to imagine that everything you've built in your life externally is gone, everything. There's both a sense of sadness to that, but also a sense of freedom. And what you're left with is your true nature. So imagine that everything that you've built externally is gone. Your relationships, your family, all of it, gone. Your finances, all your material possessions, gone. Who are you then? We find identity in the impermanent. Yet our true nature is more permanent than anything on the outside. Yet we tend to remain ignorant towards our true nature. These attributes of love, freedom, awareness, and joy. Remember your spirit like an atom in the universe. Now, this is the first cause of suffering for us humans. AVIDYA. It's the root. If the root is off balance, everything else is. So drop all your identities: mother, father, daughter, brother, sister, son. All the roles society places on us. Release all identities and roles and come into your true nature. Keep meditating there with some long, slow, deep breaths all the way up and down, visualizing who you are without everything you have. Who you are even without the senses of sight, sound, touch, taste. We're stripping it all away and we're sitting in that space. Now, it's not the easiest thing to hear that we're ignorant of ourselves. We spent many years being who we are. It's hard to imagine we're anything else. It's hard to feel ignorant when how we know ourselves feels so real. Our true nature is subtle and quiet. It does not assert itself loudly for our attention. It simply is the essence of all things, including us. But we're drawn to the things that make themselves known through our sensory experiences. What we hear, what we see, what we taste, what we touch. But these pleasant sensations override the subtle presence of our true nature. In another way, we remain in ignorance towards ourselves is through our conditioning, how we grew up. We were taught to act a certain way, to do certain things. We were taught these conditions as if they were the only way. We were taught these conditions as if it's reality, not just a narrative or a story. So let's reflect on those conditions, how we grew up, what was shared. And is it really ours? Do we really want to live by those conditions? Does it resonate internally with your true nature? Or are you just following someone else's idea of reality? Have a few moments with your breath reflecting on that theme, the conditioning we've grown up with, that society has placed upon us. We tend to thrive on information but fail at wisdom. We hunger after the possible but fail to ask if it's necessary. We destroy things that feed the soul in order to bring comfort to the body. For many of us, excess has left us undernourished. Greed has left us miserable. Disconnection from the earth and the rest of the world has left us lonely. Our hectic lifestyles have left us tired and confused. And our growing sense of powerlessness has left us afraid. For many others, lack has produced homelessness, hunger, and a different kind of desperation. It becomes easy to turn to them as the problem and forget to look at ourselves. To regularly connect to our true nature, what we know we have, longer than whatever we've built externally. How did we get here? And what are we not seeing because we're seeing what we are seeing? What are we not seeing because we're seeing what we are seeing? These so-called blind spots that keep us in this state of ignorance. These repeated patterns in our lives that have happened for years and years that really frustrate us. Can we become the observer of ourselves in those situations? So this month's practice off the yoga mat is to recognize what we are not seeing because we're seeing what we are seeing. Now I'd like you all to land in the heart. And come into the frequency of love by imagining that the heart is taking up your whole body, your whole brain. It's oozing out of your body, and it's beginning to fill the room that you're in. And then it's beginning to fill the whole house that you're in. Your whole street, your whole town or village, expanding. The frequency of love, as we know it, heals. It gives us energy, and it keeps us connected to our true nature so we can move into AVIDYA, which is wisdom. So at that frequency of love fully expanded, you're going to begin to gently prepare the body to arise, to move, staying present and aware as you make any movements you need before you roll over onto one side in that spoon position. Once you've had a breath or two there, you can slowly rise up into a comfortable seat. Lengthening the spine, the root moving down, the crown lifting up. Now, of these attributes towards our true nature, love, awareness, freedom, joy, which of those are strong for you and which are feeling weak? And how can you strengthen the one that's feeling weak? From the inside. And we remember that these practices live with us more so off the mat. Attached to what's more permanent, which is your true nature, as opposed to the impermanent, all that you own, all that you are, all the titles, all the roles. All that can change. So I will leave you with the question, what are we not seeing because we're seeing what we are seeing? Let's take a deep breath in and open our arms to the sky. Take a nice big stretch. And then we'll close off together with a nice big Om. Deep breath in.